Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. In this video, we're going to be trying to solve the problem where you have 2 points given to you and you need to find the equation of the line that passes through those 2 points. I got this example from the McGraw-Hill-Ryerson Functions 11 textbook, and it's question number 3 from the Prerequisite Skills section. If you want private tutoring from me, or you want to enroll in my grade 11 functions course, visit my website www.tutor.ca for more information. Okay, so let's get started. We are given 2 points, okay? 0, 8, and 4, 3. This is all we're given. So let me just plot them, approximately where they might be. Let's say this is 0, 8. No grid is needed for this really. 0, 8, okay? And so 4, 3 would be maybe around here, right? A little to the side because your x value is increasing, and a little bit down. So 4, 3. Okay. So we need to find the equation. Let me move this to the side. The equation of the line that passes through these points. So the best way to do this is not through a picture, but through some algebra. So first of all, that the line can be written, this is for part A, the line can be written as y equals mx plus b. That's how you always write a line in slope-intercept form. We can actually find the slope pretty easily. M is your rise over your run. Okay, rise over your run. But it's a little bit hard to tell, especially because, first of all, I didn't draw a super accurate picture here. I mean, there's not really exactly 4 points of, actually, there might actually be 4 points of difference here, but that's kind of just a coincidence. There's certainly not 4 points difference this way. Right? And so the picture isn't really meant to exactly get the math from, but it's supposed to give you a visual of what's happening. And that's a really common thing to do in problem solving. It's just don't draw a super accurate picture, but give yourself a visual of what's happening and actually solve the problem using some algebra. The rise between 2 points, if I were to label this point x1, y1, and this point x2, y2, that's a comma in between them, just to be clear, right? x2, y2. So the first x value, the first x value, the first y value, the second x value, the second y value. Then the rise is the difference between the y values, as in you take y2 and you subtract y1. You want to know the difference between the y values. Similarly, the run is the difference between the x values. Okay? And this is a very important formula to remember about slopes of lines. And so from here, we just plug in the numbers. y2 is 3, minus y1 is 8. x2 is 4, minus x1 is 0. So this is negative 5 over 4, and we have our slope. Y equals negative 5 over 4 x plus b. I still haven't found b, okay? But at least I found what the slope is. And at this point, what we do is we take either one of the 2 points given to us and we use that to solve for b. Okay? So for convenience, I'm going to choose this point right here. Okay? I'm going to choose this point right here. Remember, this point is on the graph. Remember, this is an x value and this is a y value, right? So I should be able to plug this point into this equation, meaning replace x with 0, replace y with 8, and the equation should be true for the line. And this is going to let us solve for b. So plugging that in, I'm going to get 8 equals negative 5 over 4 times 0 plus b, and this middle term goes away, multiplying by 0. So we just get 8 equals b, and we've solved for b. So the answer for part A is negative 5 over 4x plus 8. Okay. Let's go on to part B now. Similar problem, right? We're given 2 points, but this time I won't even draw them out. Drawing them out is not the most important part of this process, right? Really the algebra is. Once again, I want to determine what my slope is immediately. Okay. Remember, we can write a linear equation in the form y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So we can get the slope from this, right? y2, the second y value, negative 2, minus y1, the first y value, 13. Okay. x2, which is 2, the second x value, minus x1, the first x value. Now, very importantly, we're subtracting negative 3 in this case. You got to keep both negative. There's a negative on this, and that doesn't go away. So this is just negative 15 over 2 plus 3, which is 5. And so negative 3 is our slope. So we know our line can be written as y equals negative 3x plus b. Once again, I'm going to choose either one of the points, this as an x value, this as a y value, and plug it into the equation to get my b value. So replacing y with negative 2 and x with 2, I chose this point because smaller numbers, 13 is a little bit harder to work with. Then I can just simplify a little bit. Negative 2 equals negative 6 plus b. I want to solve for b, so I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Okay, and we get negative 4 equals b. And so we finally solved our equation. Y equals negative 3x minus 4. And that's the equation of the line that passes through these 2 points. Finally, let's move on to part C. It's going to be a very similar process. Remember, we can write the line that passes through these 2 points as y equals mx plus b. Okay, we can find m using this formula, okay, which tells us the rise over the run, the slope between these 2 points. Okay, so y2 is equal to 9. y1 is negative 1, so I got to subtract negative 1. Then I have x2, which is 12, and I want to subtract x1, which is 4. So I get 9 plus 1, which is 10, over 12 minus 4, which is 8, which can simplify to 5 over 4. I'm then going to plug this into my formula. Y equals 5 over 4x plus b, and I'm going to choose either point to figure out what my b value should be. I'm going to choose this first point, and you're going to see why. It's going to simplify a good amount. So remember, this is an x value, this is a y value. So negative 1 equals 5 over 4 times 4 plus b. Here, these two 4's cancel out because you're taking 5 and you're dividing it by 4 and then multiplying by 4. Well, dividing by 4 and multiplying by 4, those are opposite operations. So we're just left with negative 1 equals 5 plus b. And since I want to solve for b, I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. And all I have left is negative 6 equals b. And what this means is that this line can be written as y equals 5 over 4x minus 6. Okay, that's all for this question. I hope this was helpful. If you want private tutoring from me, or you want to enroll in my grade 11 functions course, visit my website, www.tutor.ca, for more information. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.